Welcome to the We Are Diet Rebels Facebook group. I'm vegan coach Naomi. I'm so excited to be here tonight for our monthly clinic because today we are talking about the holidays. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, the holidays already. But we got to talk about it. And you know what? We got to talk about it in time to be able to test some recipes and make some plans for success. So that's why we're doing this like on November 12th, before the Thanksgiving holidays, before everything kicks into high gear, because that's how you're going to make a plan to be successful. Okay, so let me know if you are a longtime listener. Let me know if you were a diet rebel. Let me know if you're excited for the holidays. And I'm going to get started, okay? And if you don't know me, if you're new to the group, I'm vegan coach Naomi. I am a certified whole food plant-based weight loss coach and vegan lifestyle coach. And that just means that I specialize in taking you through the transition from any way that you were eating before that didn't work for you to a whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle so that you can actually lose the weight in a way that is delicious and doable for you and create a vegan lifestyle that you love. That's what we're doing here, okay? So let me know if you can hear me and see me. Hit the likes and the hearts button so that I know that you guys are ready to get started. Okay. Sometimes there's a lag and I can't see the comments, but I'm waiting. Okay, so tonight's topic is how to follow your heart this holiday, because I want to give you some help with celebrations, with your family and your friends when you're on this plant-based lifestyle for weight loss and reversing chronic health conditions, so that you can powerfully continue your weight loss journey through the holidays. Like, so that you could still join in and not feeling like a sore thumb out, right? We want to create a lifestyle that we love. So that's what we're here doing. So in order to do that, you can't just write out a plan. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. We got to do a little bit of like before work that we need to do before we make the plan for ourselves. And yes, we write out plans. We make a plan for ourselves to succeed. And that's going to be different from all the other years that we just winged it, right? And we just ate our way through the holidays recklessly and ended up 5, 10, 20 pounds heavier by New Year's. So you have probably all heard that saying that, failing to plan is planning to fail. And you're already saying to yourself, oh, well, that's how things are. No, that's not how things are. So we're going to do some of this before work, and I'm going to be giving you like the reason why. So while I'm blobbering on and on right now, I want you to grab a journal or a notebook and a pen or your notes app, however you want to do it, so that you can write down some of these things for yourself, okay? So this is a lot of what we do in my Next Level Vegan Weight Loss Group program, which is we make sure that we have strong reasons why this is important to us and clear goals in place. And this makes us want to change the behavior. So then we're looking forward to the plan that we made for ourselves. We're like, where's the plan? Where's the plan for me? Right? So each of us makes a plan for ourselves. That's right. We each make one because it's got to be personal to you to fit in with your food dislikes and likes, your family, right? Whatever your family situation is, the celebrations that happen and your traditions and things, the invitations that you receive, and generally how you want to approach other people and situations and whatever obstacles get in the way of your health goals every single time, which you're no longer willing to compromise. All right, so let me know if you can hear me and see me. Give me a hi in the comments just so that I know, okay? So this is why cookie cutter plans and any kind of like meal plan that you download off of the internet is not going to work for you, because it's just a set of plans that are not connected to you, and it has nothing to do with your personal needs. And that's why you fall off of those. Nobody could blame you for not being able to stick to those, especially during the holidays. Okay? So that's why I urged you again to bring a journal and a pen to tonight's class. So maybe in the past, you always compromised your wishes, your needs, your goals. But when you work with me, even right here in this free group, you're not going to want to do that anymore. Okay? So let's get started. Who's got a pen and a journal in hand, or a pen and paper in hand, and ready to do this kind of little bit of inner work? Just sit with yourself for the next 20 minutes with me and each other, and just think about what you want out of yourself and this time of year, and how you want it to go. All right? So let's get started. Number one, the first thing that you want to think about is, what is your goal for this holidays? Now, you could have a goal that is lose 6 pounds by New Year's. Or you could have a goal that is maintain my current weight loss. Right? That could be the goal. Or you could have a goal that is more not weight loss oriented, and maybe the goal is simply to change a tradition that compromises your health into something new that is also fun. Maybe that's the goal. So I'd love for you to think about, what is the goal that you have for the holidays? What is the goal that you have? So if you can type into the comments, I would love to see what any of your goals are, because let me tell you, when you write things down in your journal and in the comments, you type it, you write it, you are cementing it into your brain. And when you don't write things down, it's gone. The minute you said it, it's gone. So I want to really encourage you to write things down, and writing them in the comments helps other people see that you're doing it along with them, and it's very inspiring and motivating. So I would love to be able to read some goals out, but I cannot see the comments. I'm sure that there are lots of comments. There is a big lag very often, and I'm hoping that they pop up while we're on the live stream. And if not, I will definitely respond to all of you. Yes, here they come. Pam says hi. Kathy, nice to see you here. Tangi, mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, great. Linda, high five. Thank you for that. Okay, this is wonderful. Okay. Linda says, my goal is to take something delicious to family gatherings. Well, you, Linda, are in the right place to make a plan for that. That is wonderful. Okay. I would love to see some other people's goals. It could be any type of goal. It could be a weight loss goal. It could be to maintain the goal. It could be to share food that you love. It could be to maintain the weight loss. It could be to change the tradition. It could be any kind of thing. Pam says, make some real good food that my family likes. You are in the right place for that. All right, so these are great. Okay, anybody who's just joining right now, go ahead and think about yours, okay? All right, now, why? Why do we have the goal, okay? So maybe it's to prove it to myself that I can do it, right? Maybe I want this goal to prove it that I can do it. Maybe I want this goal to overcome the worries about my health. I've had enough of this. I need to approach this and overcome these worries about my health. Maybe I want to have fun with holiday clothes. Maybe I want to put on holiday dresses and heels and have a good time doing it. Maybe I want to keep my weight loss going and not sabotage myself. Maybe I want to find my power. Whatever your reason why is. And we really want to go a little deeper than, I just want to lose weight, okay? We want to go why? Like I said, to prove to myself that I can do it. If I've always felt like a failure when it comes to my health or my weight, proving to myself that I can do it is really powerful. If I've been overweight for decades of my adult female life and I've never been able to put on a size 10 or size 6 dress, maybe that's going to be super meaningful. It may sound shallow, but to us women, what happens in the dressing room is real. Am I right, you guys? Self-sabotage, like not seeing myself sabotage myself. Like if I'm the one harming myself, that hurts. It hurts me to like know that, right? So these reasons why are deeper. This is something we talk about just constantly in the Next Level Vegan Weight Loss Group program, right, Tangi? Constantly. Kathy says, get back on track so I feel good and can also serve yummy dishes to family. You want to get back on track to what you know is right for you, and so that you feel good. Linda says, ignore my aunt's comments. What does your aunt say? Like, now I'm curious. Or say something like, I love it. And that's all that's important. What does your aunt say? I would love to hear that, Linda. All right, so we want like a deep reason why. Who else has some reasons why they want to talk about it? Okay, now let's move on. Okay, so the reasons why, maybe they're not so fun to think about, or maybe they are fun to think about yourself, like overcoming these obstacles and seeing yourself talk back to that aunt in a empowering way that you feel good about. Sylvia says, to prove that I'm in control of what I eat. Yes, you are the wise queen of you, right? And can introduce others to how great this can be for all. So that's the yummy food thing, right? So, okay, so this is the fun part. Like, how do you want to feel in these holiday situations? So Linda, this is perfect for you. I want to feel excited. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel energized. I want to feel like a role model for health. I want to feel proud. Like, how do you want to feel? Let's hear some of these adjectives, like when you can see yourself actually overcoming these obstacles and meeting these goals. Linda says she has some reason that she hates XYZ, and she always thinks she's helpful with her criticisms. Yeah, we all have an aunt like that, I'm sure. Okay, so I want to see some adjectives, like how do you want to feel in these holiday situations where maybe in the past you felt like, oh, there I go again, just eating all the crap, or, oh, I'm going to be 10 pounds heavier by New Year's, or, oh, I just have to do what they want, or, oh, I just have to cook what they want, or, oh, they expect me to do it. Like all of those like resentful kind of feelings, we want to have like a different kind of feeling. So I want to hear some of those adjectives: excited, energized, healthy, powerful, so that you can like start to connect with that feeling. Okay, and again, we want to say it out loud, like in the room where you are, and we want to write it in the comments, because when you type, it's like a different connection than speaking and writing with a pen. We want to do it in as many ways that we can. Karen, nice to see you here. Karen is one of our current Next Level Vegans. So is Tangi. Karen says, I want to make delicious whole food plant-based dishes to serve my family to show them how good this food is. I want to feel in control of my eating. So Karen has had this reason why for the whole journey. And Sylvia up above just said the same thing. I want to prove that I'm in control of what I eat. I'll tell you, to be in control of what you're eating, it feels so good. It just feels really good. So that is a great, great reason why. Pam says, I want to feel confident. Yeah, we don't just want to like bring something that we're not sure of and just bring a little bit and just like be eating it in the corner. No, you want to like show up with the whole bowl. Oh, I should have made my amazeballs. I'm having amazeballs, and here's my meatballs, but I'm having amazeballs with spaghetti and sauce, and like you want to show up with the bountiful food and a dish that you love, and we're gonna get to that soon. Okay, Kathy says, confident and healthy in my choices. Linda says, I want to be excited to add holiday flair to the stuff I bring. Festive colors of the bell peppers to the spiralized zucchini salad, for example. That's good thinking. Okay, so now this is going to get interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for this goal? Now, sometimes we say, I want to lose weight, but yet we haven't been able to do it, and it's been years or decades, right? So sometimes we might, if I ask you, how excited are you for it? You might be like, ooh, like I'm kind of nervous, or not really. Like maybe I'm an 8 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10 because I don't really believe I could do it. All right, so if you're not at a 10, and it's totally normal, that's why we're talking about it, so that you understand that this is totally normal. So if you're not at a 10, you might have some type of resistance to it, or a limiting belief that is driving the whole show all the time, which is why you haven't been able to stick to it and lose the weight, right? And it's crazy sounding, because you're like, well, obviously I want to lose the weight, but your mind is doing something different. Okay, so let's talk about what your mind could be doing. Linda says she's a 10. Linda's been at this for a long time. Linda is a member of our Foodies Cooking Club, and she has been cooking food for 3 years now that we've had this cooking club, and she's brought dishes to the church functions and to invite people over, and she's done this. So she's excited to now overcome the ant, I have a feeling. All right, Kathy says, 10 to stay on track. I'm tired of slips and not feeling as well as I want. Yeah, so we got to think about, like, why is the slip happening, and why are we okay with not feeling well for all this time? Like, why are we okay with that? Why are we doing that? We're doing that. That's what you got to remember. So some of these limiting beliefs could be, and this might not be anything that you think, or it might be. So I'm just giving some examples to help, stimulate your mind to think. Because we don't just want to say, no, obviously I'm a 10. Because if you haven't been able to do it by now, then you're most likely not a 10. Okay? Pam says 9, the sweets get me. Yeah, there's still a little bit like, ooh, the sweets get me. Okay, that's good thinking, to be like really honest with yourself, because you and me on this screen, it's private pretty much, like to the whole rest of the world. And so this is a good place to like be honest with yourself. Okay, and that's what we're doing in the Next Level Vegan Weight Loss Group program, is we have a safe place to talk about real feelings and what's really going on in our hearts and our minds, so that we can align the behavior and actually reach the health and weight goals and feel good about doing it, okay? So here are some examples of these types of limiting beliefs, or things that cause resistance, or like an opposite problem when we try to achieve a goal. So one is like, oh, I always fail at diets. Kind of like the sweets always get me, okay? It will be too hard during the holidays. It's going to be too hard. I don't want to make a fuss. My family expects what they expect. The traditions are the traditions. I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling. I don't want to hurt Grandma Susie by not making her favorite pie, or I don't want to disrespect Grandma Susie by not making her famous pie and serving it, any of those kinds of things. Or I won't have time to make my own meals or really work on my own health routines during the holidays. Like, these kinds of things are all signs that there's like some kind of resistance. Like if you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to have to like talk to people about these plans because I want to make some changes, and you're like, ooh, I don't like making a fuss, and I don't want everybody to know I'm on another diet, and like just thinking about where's your mind really going with it. Okay, so if you have any type of resistance that really is popping right out at you, write it down so you know what it is, so you're aware every time you think it before it turns into like the self-sabotage, because that's what turns into self-sabotage. You're like, well, I don't have time. Boom, you eat the easiest thing, right? You see that? All right, so now what we want to do is we want to reframe this resistance. Okay, so if it was, I always fail at diets, we might reframe it, which means give it a new meaning that is also true. We're not going to give it a new meaning that you really don't believe in. It's got to be true. We can't say diets are easy. We can't turn it around like that. We have to turn it around into something that is true, that we feel true. So one way is you might say, whole food plant-based is not a diet. It's meant to be a way of life that you're meant to love. It's not a punishment like a diet. We're not going to be starving. Okay? When you love it, you naturally want to stick to it. So I want to figure out how the holidays fits into that for me, a lifestyle that I love. I want to make the holidays fit into this lifestyle that I love. So it's not a diet. So that's one way to say, like, okay, so this is different than any diet I ever did because it's not a diet. All right, another thing, like, oh, it's going to be too hard during the holidays. Things that are hard are always worth doing, especially for me and my health. Now, you might be one of those people-pleasing ladies who always puts herself on the bottom of the list, but in order to achieve health goals, you have to start to put yourself first. And so this phrase might not feel true for you, like things that are hard are worth doing, or I'm worth it, or it's worth it for my health. You might not be there yet. You might have to, but to make it true for yourself, you might be able to say something like, I'm learning how to put myself first. I'm making plans to put myself first. Like, do you see how that can make it more true? So that where your mind doesn't fight with it and be like, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you don't put yourself first. No, you're not. But if you say, I'm working on it, or I'm making a plan to do it, and you are making a plan, then it could be true. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's try another one. All right, even if I mess up, I'll be so proud of myself for going for it and whatever results I do create. So let's say that you do try to have a conversation with your family, and your family, like, whatever happens, and maybe it's not the best possible outcome that you wanted, but you went for it. You spoke up. So I have an example of that. So one of my current Next Level vegan weight loss group members, she is working on lesson 5, which is social situations in restaurants. And she had one great example of going to a restaurant and telling them what she wanted at a Mexican restaurant. She said, like Caldwell Esselstyn, I'm deathly allergic to oil. And she asked for whatever she asked for with guacamole, and it came, and it was wonderful, and none of her friends batted an eye, and she was like, oh my God, I had no idea I could do this. Well, then later on, the next week, she went to Applebee's with her husband, I think, and she was trying to talk to the wait staff, and it went horribly awry. She said she was allergic. It went horribly awry. 3 employees had to come. They argued with her or whatever, and it was terrible. So that could happen, but she went for it, and now she has 2 examples of trying it, one where it worked out great, and one where maybe she could think about, okay, what could I do next time if that happens again? Or maybe Applebee's is not a good place to go, and I should go to more whatever kinds of restaurants where it's easier, whatever, right? She can then work on working it to how it works for her. Does that make sense, you guys? All right. So that she is proud of it no matter what. And we have another member named Dina who also, so this is another example. Her work friends, and tell me if this ever happens to you, her work friends said, hey, let's have that meeting at a restaurant. And she was like, ooh, okay, like, hold on. So then she just thought to herself, okay, I can go to any restaurant and get a giant salad, but I can also make my favorite dressing, and this way the giant salad won't be plain and boring and horrible. It's going to be something that I love. I'm going to ask for all the veggies. And she made her ginger goddess dressing, and she took it in a little bottle, and she told her friends, listen, I'm just going to whip something up and I'll be there in 10 minutes. Will you wait for me? And of course they were like, sure. She went, she loved her salad. She made her think she was so proud of herself, and her friends didn't bat an eyelash, and they were like, wow, you've lost weight, haven't you? She's lost 35 pounds. Okay. So Tangi says, exactly. Yes. All right. So another reframing, like if I always fail at these things, my past does not dictate my future because I'm changing. Maybe I haven't completely changed, but I'm changing, right? Or another one could be like, I know I need to practice new skills to change my health. Here they come. Okay, let me be ready for whatever it is. I'm gonna practice the new skills. All right. And so like these women who have tried these different things, they could reframe it to themselves to say, actually, making a fuss isn't so bad. Every time I speak up, nothing bad actually happened, except the one time at the Applebee's, but the other time was fine. And like you can learn from each of the things, right? I had another client a while ago, and she sticks out to me because we have a pizza challenge in lesson 5, which is that you have to call around to all the pizzerias and you have to order a whole food, plant-based, no oil pizza with all the veggies that you love and no cheese, not even vegan cheese. And she was terrified to do it, and she really didn't want to. She was absolutely terrified because she doesn't like to make a fuss. And she doesn't even like to make a fuss when she's paying for it. Like when you go on a cruise, you're paying for it. And when you go to a pizza place, you're paying for it. You can say you're allergic. You can say you want it a certain way. And she didn't like making a fuss. So she did it though. She pushed through it. She got the most beautiful pizza, and the action step for that week's lesson is to post your pizza in the pizza challenge thing and show everybody what you were able to accomplish. And this accomplishes being able to order out. When people come over, you can always be like, hey, let's get a pizza. And then you know how to get the pizza that fits your health goals. Now, that's not a holiday story, but anyway, that's my point, okay? That when we speak up, we can then find out what happens and correct accordingly. All right. Now, let's think of something really uplifting, okay? Here's the question, the journaling question. What's going to be possible for you when you see yourself being that healthy woman, even during the holidays? What's going to be possible for you? Now, all of you ladies who said you wanted to bring amazing food, so here's some things that are going to be possible for you, but I want to hear what you think. Please type it into the comments so that we can make this a reality. Here's some examples. My family's going to look up to me and be so proud of me. They've noticed my weight loss. My friends are going to be asking me, how did you do that? You're glowing. You look so healthy. Let me tell you an example of another one of my next level vegans, Debbie, a diabetic. She came to me weighing 220, maybe something like 220. She was insulin dependent diabetic, and she actually lost 40 something pounds. She lost all this weight. And what happened was she didn't tell anybody. She just did it, right? She did it. She reversed her high blood pressure, her high cholesterol. She got off the insulin. She lost 40 plus pounds, all of this. And then her son's wife had a baby, and she posted a picture of herself like this, holding the baby on Facebook. And she said, she texted me that she got like, I don't know, 15 comments of people saying, oh my God, you lost so much weight. Oh my God, you look so healthy. And she was almost brought to tears by people saying how healthy she looked. This is what's possible for you. And they were like, how did you do that? Okay. All right. Here are some other things that are possible for you. Your family's going to be like, ooh, that's delicious. Right? Here are some other things that are possible for you. Your doctor's going to be de-prescribing your medications. Dosing down your blood pressure meds, your cholesterol meds, your taking you off of high glucose meds. Maybe you won't need the chronic pain meds, or the digestive issues are going to go away. Like, de-prescribing the medications is what's possible for you when you are this healthy woman with this mindset and a plan for how you're going to go through the holidays. Maybe you're going to fit in that cute dress again. Maybe you only had 10 or 15 pounds to go. Maybe you're going to run 5Ks again. Like Ramona, I've posted about Ramona's before and after a million times. She was 30-ish pounds overweight, high blood pressure, terrible knee pain. So she stopped running. She could barely run. And then after losing just like 10 of the pounds, she reversed the high blood pressure. She got off the meds and she started running the 5Ks and the 10Ks again. And poof, she's off to the races. That's what she wanted for her life, and she did it. So what active lifestyle have you not been doing that you want to get back to, right? What do you want in your life that you're not doing now because of your weight or your health? So that's what's going to be possible for you. This is life-changing stuff. All right. So now, what needs to happen in order to bring this goal to life? Let's tell the truth. What needs to happen in order to bring this goal to life and feel these feelings and have these possibilities and manifest this during this holiday season? All right. Here are some examples of what needs to happen. I'm not willing to stay sick and fat for 6 more weeks waiting until New Year's. I'm not willing to keep hurting and harming myself with food and alcohol. Okay, that's something that needs to happen. I need to have that kind of mindset. What else needs to happen? Do I need to sit down with myself and my journal and answer these questions and then make a plan? Do I need some affirmations to help me through my day? Like, we do this in Next Level Vegan all the time. We are like, maybe an affirmation would help you with that. What could you say to yourself when you're feeling this type of way and you go over to the fridge? What could you say to yourself? And the woman will say something and then she'll put it up on the fridge. These help. Okay. Do I need accountability and inspiration for the entire journey? Do I want a step-by-step coaching program and a plan? Come and join us in Next Level Vegan Weight Loss Group program. That's what we're doing. Do I need to make this my utmost priority? If it's not, what is my utmost priority? Now, again, with the resistance that we talked about before, maybe your utmost priority is smoothing things over with your family, and it's not your weight loss journey or your health. You need to admit that to yourself that, oh, it's not my utmost priority. You need to admit that to yourself. Okay, right? Like, this is real talk over here. If you can't answer the question that it is your utmost priority, then you need to say to yourself, well, what is my utmost priority? And then, do I want that to be my utmost priority or not? Maybe you do. Maybe you're in the middle of mending some sort of a relationship in your family, and it is the most important thing, or you're caring for somebody elderly and this is like their last holiday, I don't know. You have to do you and think of what is your utmost priority. Okay. Do you need help with strategies for succeeding with this lifestyle? That's what my weight loss clients are doing with me, losing a pound per week and solving their health problems and getting off meds right now in Next Level Vegan. Okay, so we need to think about, like, what do I actually need to do in order for these goals to happen? So now, here's the end of everything. Now we can make an actual strategic plan. So these are some of the things we will be discussing in our Next Level Vegan Holiday Strategy Planning Session, which is happening tomorrow night this month, and then again in December. We're going to do it again, because we have new members all the time. So if you join and you miss it tomorrow, you can listen to the replay, of course, which is always there, but we're going to do it again live in December. Okay, so here's a bunch of examples of things we think about for the planning, and we're going to actually plan this with each woman live in the group with each one, because like I said before in the beginning of this video, it has to be personal to you or it's not going to work. All right, so here are some of the things we think about and ask ourselves when we make an actual strategic plan for how I want to handle my holidays. So here's the questions for that. You could jot some of these down, whichever ones you think, okay? Am I hosting or am I invited? Maybe both. Okay? Who's coming and who will be there? What are my responsibilities for it? Am I supposed to bring something? Like if I'm supposed to bring the ham, right? Then maybe I don't want that responsibility anymore. Then I need to like talk to somebody about that, right? All right, here's the one for everybody who talked about bringing delicious food to wherever they're being invited or wherever they're hosting. What recipes can I test and try from now until then so that I know how to cook it, what it does when it sits on a table, which is my favorite thing, what's going to be delicious, right? What are those recipes? Now, I want to tell you, I'm not sharing my screen and showing recipes tonight, but I will make a little video of how to search for holiday recipes on my website, and I'll post it in the group tomorrow so that you can have the link for that and you can go on there and you can pick a few to try before the holidays so that you then know what you want to bring. Okay? Something new that I just came up with, which we're doing in the cooking club this weekend is, and that's why I have the veggie amaze balls. Veggie amaze balls always went with the lentil quinoa bolognese for spaghetti night, but I got it in my head like Swedish meatballs and they dip it in gravy, and why can't I do that and make them small and dip it in my Grateful gravy? And so I tested that today, and my husband and I sat there and we ate like the whole tray. It was so good. So I updated amaze balls with the idea of making little balls with toothpicks and gravy if you want to have like that kind of an appetizer, if you want to bring that. That's an example. I have a ton of holiday recipes that are tried and true from the cooking club, at the retreats, and with all of my clients over these last 5 years. All right, and I'm going to show you that tomorrow. All right, so what recipes can I test? All right, have I spoken to the host and offered to bring a dish to share? So again, we're not just bringing some crappy thing for us to hide in a corner, right, and hide. No, we're bringing something delicious and beautiful that we want to share, okay? And that's why it's important to test it first. This is not the time for a brand new recipe to bring it to the big holiday celebration. You want to have tested it first. I can't stress that enough, you guys. All right. Do I need to speak to someone about changing traditions? If I do not want to be the one that has to cook and bring Aunt Pam's roast ham or Grandma Susie's apple pie, then I need to speak up about changing that role, that responsibility, or that tradition. Okay? How can I delegate responsibilities to other people if these responsibilities do not fit my health goals? What other ideas do I have? So let me tell you about Connie. She is so good. When we did strategic planning for Connie, what happens is she has the entire family, like more than 30 people over to her house. And she always had to cook everything. Can you imagine that? And it was all this animal food, everything. And she's very overweight, and lots of other people are very overweight. And so here she is losing, she already lost 10 pounds. She started in like October, she already lost 10 pounds. She's like, okay, what am I gonna do? So she came up with the idea of asking every person who comes to bring their favorite dish, and somebody else is gonna be in charge of the turkey, and somebody else is gonna be in charge of, you know, all the things that are expected to be there. And she was gonna cook the plant-based dishes that she loves, that she wanted to share. And here's what happened. Everybody brought their stuff, and then everybody took it back away when it was over. And she lost 3 pounds, and then after Thanksgiving, over the Thanksgiving holiday, she lost 3 pounds that week, and she was so proud of herself. So that's what we're talking about, like delegating the responsibilities, changing the roles and routines. Do I need to ask or speak to someone to ask for their support or change their expectations? This is like when I had to tell my daughter that I was not going to make poached eggs anymore, even though I know that she loves them and it reminds her of me being her mom. I always made those. We called them dippy eggs. It's like a really fond memory for me too, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm like super vegan, and I would never do that. And also, I'm not gonna feed her food that I think makes people sick. 2 reasons I'm not gonna do it. And so I had to explain that to her. And so I made her pad thai zoodles, and she freaking loved it. All right, so we just have to be willing to explain what's going on and ask for support and change the expectations. All right, so now it's perfectly possible that you might feel doubt creep in at any time. And I want you to repeat after me and type it into the comments. Every day has magic and choice in it for my goals. Every day has magic and choice for my goals. Okay, and I want you to be looking for the magic, the ideas, the spark, like Connie, the bravery, like my next level vegan clients who spoke up at restaurants and spoke up to friends and colleagues and all of this kind of stuff. Okay, every day has magic and choice in it for my goals. All right, I hope you got a lot out of that. All right, now I want to let you know I have special holiday session bonuses, like I told you, for anybody that joins Next Level Vegan this month, and when you join within 24 hours of messaging me about it, you save about $900 off the price. So it's like a fast action bonus, which means like, you know, your health can't wait anymore and you need to be decisive. And that's what that bonus is for, to help you be decisive. So if you want to talk to me about that, comment Next Level Vegan and let's talk about it. I can send you all the information on that program over Messenger. We can figure out what your goals are, what you need, what you want, and I can send you all the information there. And the second thing I have for you guys, it's kind of like a Black Friday sneak peek. I don't really do discounts anymore, but what I do is I offer big bonuses. So right now I'm filling my March weight loss kickstart retreat here in Belize at the Retreat Center. And I'm going to include for Black Friday, and anybody who signs up between now and Black Friday, and I'm going to message a bunch of people who have been asking me about retreats and did not sign up, who have been asking me about the weight loss program and did not sign up. And I'm going to include with that March weight loss kickstart retreat, I'm going to include my one-on-one VIP down in a day diagnostic, which is working with me on the first 3 lessons of the program. We're gonna figure out why your plant-based lifestyle is not working for you. We are going to make a personal plan that is delicious and doable for you. And I'm gonna help you bust through your biggest obstacle. And you can also choose to cook and prepare and eat lunch with me for a little additional fee with that. I'm gonna throw it in for free. And that's gonna be super meaningful. It's like a VIP day where we do it together, you and me over Zoom. And that's gonna be super powerful after the retreat, because when you come to the retreat, you're gonna eat that way the whole time, right? Tangi's been to the retreats. You're gonna eat that way the whole time, and then you're gonna have a plan when you go home, right? I'm gonna help you make the plan. I'm going to help you bust your biggest obstacle, and we're gonna figure out what you're doing wrong, why it wasn't working before, right? So we're gonna diagnose it all, and you're going to be ready to hit the ground running. And I'm going to include that whole VIP day with me over Zoom after the retreat for free as a bonus. So if you're interested in the March Weight Loss Kickstart Retreat, definitely comment retreat, and I will reach out to you with that information, because I want to help kickstart this journey for you. Okay, so that's what we're doing. That's what's going on in the group. I would like to hear, before we wrap it up for tonight, what is your biggest takeaway from tonight's session? And I am going to respond to all of you when I get off of this live stream. This was so fun for me to talk to you this way. The few of you that were on the whole entire time, I know that you got a lot out of this, and I'm so happy to be here for you. And I will see you all in the group, and I look forward to helping you on your weight loss journey at the retreats, in the weight loss group program. And that's because that's where I can work with you deeply and make this a reality for you. Good night, everybody.